I can't stand the inauthenticity. It has to stop. I tried with you, Meghan, really. You got to pick a lane. You got to stay in it, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Harry and Meghan Markle's surrogacy scandal has entered the mainstream media domain.
She's been a social climber from the beginning. She married somebody the first time to socially climb. And for her, Harry was just an entry ticket into all of those circles. Unfortunately, she found someone. She's not very intelligent. She's not very talented. Nobody in America was watching Suits.
It sounds fake. She suffers from such a rare disorder of being unable to just be a...
Candace Owens just lit the match. And oh, the palace can already smell the smoke. Because today, Candace isn't whispering, she's pointing straight at the story Meghan Markle has tried to bury for 5 long years the night Archie was born. Her claim? Meghan's pregnancy timeline doesn't add up. Not emotionally, not medically, and definitely not geographically. But here's the bombshell that's got everyone talking. Candace isn't alone this time. A Portland hospital insider, from the very place Meghan swears she gave birth, has stepped forward with details that were never meant to escape those hospital walls. And these details don't just bend the fairy tale, they absolutely shatter it. Because once you hear this timeline, you'll be asking the same question echoing through every royal hallway right now. What really happened the night Archie was born? And more importantly, why does one single sentence in Harry's memoir blow the whole story apart?
This crisis won't die down until the irrefutable truth comes out.
Let's rewind for a second. Remember Spare? Harry's emotional diary disguised as a royal tell-all filled with therapy tears and palace drama. Hidden in those pages is one little sentence with the power of a nuclear explosion. Harry wrote, "Meghan had 2 epidurals, gave birth at Portland Hospital, and we were home within 2 hours. 2 hours. To the public, it sounded fast. To doctors, it sounded impossible, like a Marvel movie scene. Because from Portland Hospital to Frogmore Cottage is roughly an hour's drive on a perfect day. So you're telling me Meghan had time to give birth, recover from 2 epidurals, be medically cleared, have Archie checked, complete discharge papers, pack her bags, organize security, and then drive home all within 60 minutes? Wait, what?" That's when the insider stepped in and said flatly, "Yeah, that's not possible."
You do that. That's not necessary.
Silence everybody and just produce a DNA sample or proof of delivery.
It's like she's playing a human being, like it's a performance.
So here we go. Time to pull the curtain back. There are 4 cracks in this story, and each one screams louder than the last. First crack, the epidural mystery. An epidural goes into the spine through 1 catheter, 1 line, 1 shot. Doctors adjust the dosage through that same tube. Quick, simple, safe. But Harry claims Meghan had 2 epidurals. For that to be true, the medical team would have had to remove the first catheter, insert a brand new one, test it, and monitor it all while she was in active labor. Doctors don't do that unless there's a serious emergency. Yet Harry talks about it like he's describing a second cup of coffee.
And then you had this idea with your husband that you should twerk and put up a camera. That's the part that really bothers me. Put up a camera, fixate it, and then both of you start twerking.
Next, crack the laughing gas moment. Harry said he inhaled all the nitrous oxide meant for Meghan. Sounds funny, right? Until you remember, real hospitals lock nitrous tanks. Partners can't just stroll over and suck one dry like it's a party balloon. If that actually happened, nurses would have intervened. Security would have stepped in. It wouldn't be a joke. It would be a medical incident. So where exactly were the hospital staff during this little comedy act?
Bothers me first because it's a lie. She's not in the hospital trying to induce labor by twerking. The hospital will not give you a bed because you're trying to induce labor. You are not allowed.
Third crack, the room that doesn't exist. Harry paints this serene picture of a dimly lit, candle-glowing birthing suite, soft lighting, and spa day vibes. Except Portland Hospital isn't a spa. It's a specialist medical facility for high-risk births. Think bright lights, constant monitoring, machines humming, doctors everywhere. Candles? Not on the equipment list. So where exactly was this magical room he described? Because according to insiders, that setup simply doesn't exist in the building he claims they were in. And here comes the crack. The palace refuses to even comment on the one that crosses straight into royal protocol. Whenever a royal woman goes into labor, the queen is notified immediately. It's not a sweet little tradition, it's ironclad protocol. But insiders are saying that when Meghan allegedly went into labor, the queen wasn't informed. Breaking that rule would be like skipping airport security. It just doesn't happen. Not by accident, not quietly, unless the story being told inside the palace didn't match the one being told to the world. And that's when social media detonated. Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, everyone jumped in. One viral tweet read, 2 epidurals, 1-hour discharge, girl, this isn't DoorDash. Another said, who writes these stories, Netflix interns? TikTok creators stitched timelines, acting out Harry inhaling laughing gas like it was helium at a kid's party. Science has left the chat, one user wrote. Another joked, someone call Mythbusters, we've got a royal episode. Portland hospital staff reportedly watched all this unfold, thinking, ain't no way she speed ran childbirth. The internet wasn't laughing with Meghan and Harry, it was laughing at them. And just like that, what should have been a beautiful birth story turned into a PR disaster. Then came the next viral moment. People started pointing out inconsistencies in Meghan's public appearances before Archie's birth, her baby bump allegedly changing shape, size, and position. Who ever heard of a baby bump swinging side to side? One commentator joked, comparing her movements to a dance routine. The ridicule was brutal. But beneath the humor was something more serious, a growing sense that this wasn't just about a birth story anymore. It was about credibility. Because when timelines don't match, when medical details crumble, and when insiders contradict memoirs, people stop asking why Meghan lied. They start asking what else the palace is hiding. And now, royal staff? Reportedly furious. Because this isn't just a tabloid mess, it's a credibility crisis. The monarchy runs on protocol the way the Vatican runs on prayer. Every detail, every tradition, every phone call has meaning. And when that system cracks, the entire royal machine shakes. Candace Owens didn't just embarrass Meghan, she exposed a fault line under the entire Sussex story. And the next crack? Even bigger. Because if the birth story falls apart, so does everything built on it. The documentaries, the memoir, the We Escaped the Palace brand. Pregnancy timelines aren't gossip footnotes, they're historical records. Think about the biggest public collapses. Tiger Woods had texts. Armie Hammer had screenshots. Meghan? She's got contradicting timelines, medical impossibilities, and now a witness from inside the hospital. And if this piece of the Sussex saga doesn't hold, what else has been edited, rewritten, or staged? What if the fairy tale wasn't just exaggerated? What if it was constructed? Because if they can hide this, what else did they rewrite? People are beginning to connect dots. Meghan's use of Harry's trauma over losing his mother, the emotional manipulation, the carefully crafted public image. Critics say she weaponized his pain to tighten her hold over their narrative, over him, over their brand. And that's what makes this whole story so explosive. Here's the short version. Candace fired the first shot. The hospital insider fired the second. And now the fairy tale is leaking from every corner. So I'll leave you with this. If Archie's birth story isn't real, then what part of the Sussex saga is? Because this isn't the end of the story. This is the beginning.